Welcome guys, I'm going to do a video on the Abreast line formation. So it doesn't do exactly what it says on the tin, unfortunately. So rather than it having all these ships side by side, which is what you'd expect it to do, because that's what it says in the description, what it effectively does is creates two side by side follow lines or ahead lines. So it's like having two battle lines sailing side by side rather than all of your ships sailing side by side. So effectively it means that you've got twice as many ships in the same amount of distance. So you're getting twice as many ships within a shorter range to the enemy, which means you've got more accuracy. More accuracy if you're using guns, or twice as much speed to reach the enemy if you're using torpedo boats. So I've designed a battleship for the United States. Now, unfortunately, in 1940, if you design an awesome battleship in 1940, it's going to be able to kill virtually all the destroyers. So what I've done is I've designed it to as good as it can possibly be, but I've left its training level at cadets just to give the destroyers a chance. Really, I shouldn't be trying this in 1940. Destroyer versus battleship in 1940 is never a good combination. But the whole point of this video is just to show you how to use the Abreast line formation, not technically how to do a torpedo run. Okay, so first thing we do, obviously put everyone on abreast, turn off the avoid, and we're going to turn off the torpedoes so we don't get any accidental friendly fire. And then we're going to retreat because we want to give our ships enough time to form up. Okay, now that they've formed up into what is effectively the Abreast line, which is two battle lines side by side, effectively, we're now going to turn around. Now, I don't recommend using a Abreast line with big ships because they won't be able to maneuver properly, and each time your lead ship retreats or dies, unfortunately each side of the Abreast line wants to swap sides with the other, which is the worst part about an Abreast line. And if they're large ships, they'll just collide in the middle. Where if they're small ships, they'll easily be able to navigate between each other. So I recommend only using the Abreast line with small ships. I don't know how small. I'm not quite sure what the best size would be, but basically you want it to be as small as possible, so destroyers or light cruisers. Okay, so what we're going to do is this does not look like the ship that I designed. Let's have a look. No, this isn't the ship I designed. Right, let's go back on rebuild ships. You have to actually need to click on the enemy ships to be able to get the ship that you've designed to be the ship that you're fighting. Otherwise it'll just generate a random ship. Okay, so we'll do that again. Okay. That's pretty much good enough. So what we're going to do is we're only going to fire the torpedoes of the ship who is in the lead, because we don't just want to waste all of our torpedoes all in one salvo. So Each time a ship is in the lead, we're going to turn their torpedoes onto aggressive. As you can see, everyone else is turned off at the moment. And then when this ship gets destroyed or retreats, we'll then turn the next lead ship's torpedoes on. So because the enemy ship is a fast ship, when they're not going to fire the torpedoes until they're well within range, because if the torpedo speed is obviously it's a fast torpedo speed, but your torpedoes only go twice as long as your maximum range, so 23 kilometers. So the torpedoes will only travel 46 kilometers before they self-detonate. So if they're traveling at fast speed, they're going to probably outrun the torpedoes, which is why you have to get within, I had to get within 12.6 there before he fired. Okay, so now he is retreating. We're now going to take over with this one and turn his torpedoes on. Luckily I didn't end up with a nasty casualty there. So as you can see, we've effectively got two battle lines that are in half the amount of space that a single battle line would be in. So we're able to close the distance twice as fast, and we've got our guns firing from twice as close on average. Okay, so now that we're within 10 kilometers, what you can do is turn parallel with the enemy, and then turn all of the torpedo launchers on the ships on that side. Okay, so he's fired his. He hasn't quite fired his yet, but I don't think he's quite got the arc. Oh, he must have had the arc because they're front facing. He fired his, he didn't fire his. Right, because they're all switching sides now, turn everybody's torpedoes off. And then just turn the ones on that are heading in the direction of the enemy ship, so you don't get any friendly fire. looks like we did a number on them. For some reason they stopped shooting. I don't know whether it's because they took so many casualties. So what we'll do is I'm going to change who we're facing. So we're going to face an auto-created ship rather than a player-created ship. And I'm going to turn I'm going to change to fast torpedoes, and I'm going to show you the other way that you can use the torpedo launcher. Right, so what we're actually going to do this time is leave the torpedo launchers turned on. And then what we're going to do is try and get all of our ships on one side to shoot him as we're sailing behind him. Now the reason that you aim while sailing behind is you can chase them quicker when sailing behind them than you can chasing them parallel, because if you're parallel, like if they're going in that direction and you're also going in that direction, if your torpedo launcher was not a front-facing torpedo, I mean mine is, but most people's won't, it won't have a good arc if you're sailing parallel, because technically if you're sailing parallel to them, your torpedo would need to be firing over here, but if you're sailing parallel, your torpedo arc would be like that, where if you're sailing behind them, your torpedo arc would naturally be pointing in the direction that they're sailing in, which is why I like to he's actually not sailing away from me, what a madman. Yeah, that's why I like to fire torpedoes from behind. Unfortunately, it means that this has caught me off guard with him sailing towards me. If you're firing at them from behind, it does mean that you're going to get less chances to hit, because obviously it's a thinner target to hit, and you'll get more duds, which are basically ricochets. So it is a worse overall time to fire, but you don't have to get as close to fire, and you can close the distance on them more quickly. Right, so now all the torpedo launchers from this side have fired, apart from him. What you do now is turn around, and then all of these ships will then go onto this side. Oh, it looks like these have some of these have fired into the line of my ships, like idiots. See, that's why I don't like to have the torpedoes turned on for everybody, because they do stupid things like firing at your own ships. Where if you actually tell them to turn the torpedoes on as and when you're ready to fire, then you're not going to get any friendly fire like that there. How bloody close was that? So funnily enough, we've actually ended up with an abreast line at the exact time that we don't want one. That's brilliant. Right, so that wasn't particularly a great example because he sailed directly at me, which caught me off guard. So we're going to play that again. hopefully he'll sail away from it this time, like a sensible person would. Okay, so we are going to leave them turned on. In fact, I'll just put them on aggressive, because the whole point of this is to try and show you how to do a side attack at the maximum range of your torpedoes. So you shouldn't be getting any friendly fire because you'll be hanging around at the maximum range of your torpedoes. The only reason it didn't work then is because he decided to sail at me, caught me off guard. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've got a torpedo range of 11 kilometers, so we're going to sail until we get to 11 kilometers, and then we're going to sail behind him when we get to that range. So it looks like he's kind of coming towards me again, so I might start to arc off already. And then what you'll find is all of these will fire. Then once all of them are fired, you turn around and do the same thing with the torpedoes on the other side. So just keep an eye on your front ship to watch him fire. Okay, he's fired. So now you can keep an eye on this ship. He's fired. So you can keep an eye on this ship. He's fired. And then keep an eye on this one. He's fired. He's fired. Okay, so now all the ships are going to switch over. You might want to take them off aggressive, or turn your torpedoes off more to the point, or you can just leave them. So because they're all changing sides, now all the torpedo launchers from the other battle line are all going to fire. Or at least they should fire, but it looks like they've got the turret traversal bug because they've been manoeuvring. Lovely turret traversal bug, you gotta love it, haven't you? Okay, so if you move from left to right, it unlocks the turret traversal bug. So if you ever notice that your ships aren't firing, just wiggle them about left to right, and then it'll unlock the turret bug for you. Okay, so it looks like we've managed to get everybody's torpedoes off apart from them two. So we effectively performed the torpedo run in half the amount of time that you would have had to perform it if you were just doing a standard a headline. Well, I think that's enough for this battle. So what I'm going to do is quickly try to do the same thing in an earlier period with battleships. So let's just put 10 battleships for the enemy, 10 for us. Let's go for 11. Luckily, I've already got a ship designed, so I don't need to design it. Right, let's do that. Okay, so the main thing here is to see how they interact going when the first ship retreats, how they interact going intermingled from left to right when they switch sides. Because we're effectively fitting twice as many ships into the same amount of space, we're going to get a lot better accuracy overall. So if you don't want to retreat while you're forming up your ships, one thing you can do, let's just put them on HE. One thing you can do is wiggle side to side, just to give ships time to catch up. Unfortunately, you can't adjust the speed of the lead ship. If you try to adjust the speed of the lead ship, it adjusts the speed of everybody. But if you wiggle from side to side, it gives the other ships a chance to catch up. Okay, so we've managed to form up this battle line, so now we just need to turn to the right a bit to form up this battle line. Hopefully the enemy ships are capable of actually putting up a fight, so we can actually see how these ships interact when they get damaged and try to retreat. I've got a feeling that I'm just going to absolutely wreck them though. Okay, so, oh, bloody flash fire. That's hilarious. So, we've had a ship retreat now. So, we're going to see how the other ships interact. So, all the ships that were on the right are going to try to move to the left. All the ships that were on the left are going to try to move to the right. So, let's see how they manage to perform this. I've left the manoeuvrability at its minimum, so they're basically as unmanoeuvrable and as large as they could possibly be, just so we can see how they manage to cope. But really, they're doing a fairly decent job of staying in formation, in a double line formation, while keeping all the guns on the target. I know this one's bow in, so he's not exactly Yeah, it's not brilliant, it's not great, because look, we've got situations like here, where this ship was the closest ship, the furthest ahead, but instead of it telling him to be the leader, it's told one further behind, and now we're going to end up with a situation where he's moving to the other side. So it's certainly not brilliant, but we've got most of our ships pointing at the enemy. And they're all close. They're not. It's not like a really long line where the ships at the back have got half the amount of accuracy because they're twice as far away. So I think it's got potential. I think it's got potential. Just not as what you would think it would be, which is a side-by-side abreast line. You know what? That wasn't too bad. I'm going to try it again, only this time against a player designed ship. Let's see if we've got one. Have the Frenchies got a design? No. What about the Germans? Oh, the Chinese might actually. Let's have a look. No. Damn it. I'm certain that I've built somebody a ship. Maybe it was the Germans. Oh, this is frustrating. Italians. Not not really, no. Who the hell? It can't be the United States. Maybe I haven't built anybody a ship in 1910. Germans? No. Well, let's just quickly build a ship then. What are we using? We're using a Dreadnought 2. So let's design a Dreadnought 2 for the Germans. What size are we? 20.4. So 20... It's actually a bit too big. Let's do it with the French, maybe. What size is that? Still quite large. Right, let's see what speed we are. 24. 24. Let's have a look what beam we are. 1.8. I'm guessing we're at veterans. Yeah. Right, so that'll be about as close as we're going to be able to get it. Let's see what the armour is. 12, 9, 6, 4, 10. 12, 9, 6, 4, 10. So it's around about that much. I'll fine tune it afterwards. There's a little trick with this particular, well, with any tower, but you see how the angles of this rear tower are cut the opposite way to which way you would want your turret facing. So it's flat on the left and angled on the right. If you select the tower and put it at the front, it's angled the other way round, so it's in reverse. So you can get this cut to be facing the opposite direction, which is silly, obviously, but we're going to abuse it. Right then, let's have a look at the guns first. Let's put it. Oh, let's put this up first. 10. Right, barbettes. So we can fit one there. Is it going to let us? No, it never does. Stupid bloody ship. Right, okay. I wonder if we'll be able to... Yeah, we can. Damn it! Why did it not show me that until I put it down? Okay, that there and that there. And we're massively overweight. Okay, let's see what this ship's got. This ship's got 4 doubles and a load, well, say a load, 6 8.9s. I hate not being able to. I wonder if I increase the displacement, will it let me put a barbette here? No. Why? That's just bullshit, man. Gotta hate this hull. Right, let's do it with this one. So it means they're gonna have a slightly better ship than me. We can adjust the veterancy to match the accuracy afterwards. Right. So 12.9, 10% barrel. Nice. Nice. That's better. That's a proper ship. And the barbette's high enough, that's good. Right, let's stick some casemates on. So was it 12,996 4 4? Oh, wait a second. Armour. That'll help with the weight. Was this 9? I think it was. Okay, let's put the turret top up. That needs to go on there. Pretty sure I just use standard. Let's put everything else on first. Right, have a little look. Dunite, Cordite 1, heavy, standard, base fuse, yeah, all that's the same. That's all the same. So forced semi-oil turbines. So this is 52. This is 50. So it's already a little bit more expensive. Let's have a look at this. That only gives me 54 engine efficiency. That's at 97 with 1 bloody funnel. Smoke interference -3. Smoke interference -18. God damn it. Right, okay. Right then, I think that's about as close as we're going to get it. So let's drag this. That's a decent firing arc. It's not the best. Let's have a look there. That's a better firing arc. Right, spot on. Okay, so let's have a look at the accuracy now. We've got 148.20. Oh, damn it, I'm on the wrong thing. 141.20. This has got 95, 35, 16. So I need to match 95, 35, 16. That's strange. It's got worse short range but better long range. So 35-16 is what I need to match really. 35-17. Right, that'll do. 33-16. So it's a little bit worse up close, but it's probably better at long range. So 1.1 at 20 kilometers, 1.9 above it. Yeah, 0.8. That's weird how they've got completely different ranges, accuracy at different ranges. They've both got the same of everything. Interesting. Never noticed that before. That different nations' turrets have different ranges that they're good at. Okay, so our ships are basically identical now. Can't really change anything else. So we are going to launch. Damn it, I don't really want to launch at that distance. Right, that all looks pretty decent to me. So we've got all the ships basically in half the length of sea, which is really good in terms of reducing or increasing your accuracy because you're reducing the range. So technically we should have better accuracy than if we were just using a standard headline. So then it all comes down to whether they can actually function. I mean, it's looking good. It's really looking good. Yeah, it's looking nice, man. maybe a breast line is the way forward. For both torpedo boats and gunboats. Interesting. So obviously this moving about business is not ideal, because it means that your guns are not pointing at the enemy for as long as they would be if you were just in a headline. But I think that the distance makes up for it. I mean, it's looking pretty damn good. Their ships are basically exactly the same as mine in terms of guns and accuracy. I think I'm converted. I think I'm using Abreast lines from now on. Oh my god. Jesus, man. Every time I play this game, I find something else out there I just did not expect. In the past week, I've figured out that 10% barrel length is better than 20%. Stereoscopic is better than coincidence when you're over 30 kilometers. And now I'm finding out that Abreast line formations are better than a headline. I mean, I don't even use formations, personally. I use follow lines. But now that I know how awesome the Abreast line is. Oh my god. What a game changer. Look at this. Well, okay. Fair enough. Oh my goodness gracious me. Well, I think I'm converted. They haven't sunk a single one of my ships. All of the ships have behaved, there hasn't been any collisions as they're manoeuvring around. Because that was the main thing I was concerned about. If you try to do this with battleships, you're just going to end up with mass collisions all over the place. I'm going to have to test this out in 1940, see if I get mass collisions. Because this seems disgusting. Well, I never. What on earth was that all about? What on earth was that all about? Why is this ship 52? This one's 42. Oh, reduce the veteran, see that's why. Yeah. that was weird. That was really, really weird. Okay. 1940. Who the hell is the ship that I'm meant to be up against? Is it the French? Let's have a look. Right, I haven't fully designed the ship with the French. What about the Chinese? Yes, the Chinese. So they've got 16s and 16s. So I might want to change that. 12, 10, 11, 5, yeah. Let's have a look at me. 13, 10, 11, 10. Right. 15s and 17s. I might just leave it as they are. I'm on stereoscopic. What am I looking at here? 618. Jesus, that's expensive. Is that the speed? Yeah, it's the speed. Yeah. Bloody hell. Right, he's got beam 12, he's got beam -5. Right. So they're very different ships. Very different ships. That's a high conning tower. Right, well, I think we should just try it out. Yeah, I can always just try it out and then switch teams, can't I? So we're both on stereoscopic. So we're both going for long range shots. Right, I don't particularly think stereoscopic is going to be great for Abreast, because I want to keep my distance, and if they're going side by side a little bit, it's harder to keep the distance. There's a lot of movement going on. I mean, to be fair, I've started the battle too close, so let's start at the correct engagement range. But I feel like there's a bit too much movement going on. So I reckon once you get to stereoscopic range, 30 kilometer plus, probably better off not using the Abreast formation. Well, let's see, let's see. I might change my mind. I'm not sure whether tight is a good idea. Yeah, because these are lumbering monstrosities. It isn't easy to get the ships to form up. I suppose they're doing a half decent job. Let's see what happens. I mean, they've landed a lot of shots already. Not 100% sold on this stereoscopic build with an abreast line, but my god am I landing a lot of hits. What on earth is that? 130 to 10 and they've got decent ships. Is that just because they're all spread out? This might be a case of the AI can't control the ships. But yeah, this is disgusting. The fact that they're all in practically battle lines makes me really happy. Makes me really happy. Oh my god. Who would have thought a breast line would be so good? I think I'm converted. Let's have a look. Let's just see what condition they're in. They're all just milling about. They're not in any type of line, which is why they're struggling, I reckon. Yeah, I really think that this abreast line is kick-ass. So I've been able to get it to work with torpedo boats, with early era battleships, and now with late era battleships. The only thing that you can't get it to work with really is oxygen torpedo boats. But I don't think anyone uses them anyway. Right, they finally started to land some hits on me now. So that'll be interesting to see the movement of the ships. Right, so this ship is getting a bit too close, so it'll be interesting to see. Right, he's not firing because he's turning. So he's too close. So this is the problem with a stereoscopic build. You'll end up with ships too close, and ships too far. And with stereoscopic, you really need to be at the perfect distance to be, well, for them to be at the peak range. That doesn't necessarily mean they're not good if they're outside of the peak range. It just means they're not at peak range. Well, I have to admit, I am pleasantly surprised. I mean, I've landed 1,000 shots to their 150. Like I say, it's mainly down to the fact that the AI is shit at controlling the ships. But this abreast formation, pretty awesome. Right, well, yeah, I think I should just call it a day. I think that's all the testing required. Breast line is actually pretty damn good. I'm going to have to play campaigns with it and see if I can get it to work in a campaign setting with a variety of different ships. It'll be interesting. So yeah, I hope this has been enlightening, enjoyable. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I shall see you soon.